In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this loose peony bouquet. If you want to learn how, keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I had a couple requests to do another peony video. I did do one a little while ago, I think like a year ago, but I wanted to create another fun little bouquet, and this only took me 10 minutes to do, so I know that you guys can do it too. I'm using a number 6 pointed brush. As always, all of my supplies used here are going to be listed in the description below. And I also have a new Amazon shop on there. I'm going to link that below as well, where I list all of my recommended watercolor supplies. So to begin, I'm just using a mix of permanent rose and orange to create this kind of muted coral color. And I'll walk you through the petals in a little bit, but for now I just wanted to kind of explain the techniques and what's going to help do this. So the pointed brush in this instance is really helpful because I am going to be using both the tip and the belly of the brush. You do want to keep sort of a light hand while you're doing this, and keep in mind that the tip of the brush is going to really allow for some more details and allow you to create more white space, which is going to separate each petal and kind of make it not so blobby looking. Because if you don't have bits of white space in there, it is going to kind of look like everything's just kind of blending together, and you're not really going to get the desired effect. I do recommend as well maybe Googling a couple pictures of peonies just so that you can get their overall shape and you can kind of mimic the direction of the petals and so forth. That will really help you when you're practicing these, and also try doing these on scrap paper first if you're not comfortable with loose flowers just yet. And of course, you're definitely going to want to start with clean water, so water fresh out of the tap that you have not used yet for any other watercolor. Alright, so with that first flower done and a couple of tips in mind, I want to move on to the next flower, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what I'm doing. So to begin, I am starting with a more pigmented mix of paint, so more paint color, less water. And I'm starting at the top of the petals, and then I'm dragging the paint down into the center. So I'm using the tip of the brush, and I'm just sort of letting the tips of the petals become a little bit more pointy with a little bit more white space. And it's totally fine if your petals blend together. That white space is gonna stop the little detail areas from blending together. So I'm just really sort of moving my brush in a way that's really loose and really light, and just sort of sweeping on those petal shapes. And I am making sure again to leave some white space between the petals. I really like the effect if a certain small point of one color blends into the next. I think it looks really cool. But you definitely don't want the entire petal to blend into the next. So as I go along, I'm just washing the paint off of my brush a little bit more, and I'm using a lot more water, so that's gonna keep it nice and light as we sort of go from the center outwards. And if you do have a blob of paint like I just had, just dry your brush off and lift it right out. So again, starting from the outside going inwards, I'm just sort of bringing my brush in swift motions towards the center. And in some instances, I am allowing the clean water to sort of bring that color from the previous petal into the next one that I'm doing. So it keeps it nice and light and free. Now I'm just defining some of the edges a little bit with my paintbrush with the tip of the brush, and then adding in a more concentrated mix of paint just to make it a little bit darker in the center. This will create a really nice blended gradient effect. And I'll zoom in a little bit more so that you guys can see this a little bit closer as I do the next one. You can see as these are drying, you get those really cool little blooming effects where the colors meet. I love that look. So as I begin the third one, you can see that I'm pressing down on my brush sometimes, and then I'm using the tip of my brush other times to just sort of drag that paint down. I think a lot of loose floral watercolor is sort of getting that technique down where you can be quick and light on your paintbrush. And you really want to practice using the tip and the belly of the brush to get those variations in widths of your brush strokes. So again, I've just kind of let that paint sort of start disappearing from my brush, and I'm just gonna use water for the next couple of petals and just kind of touch it a little bit to the darker petals and allow that water to just seep through into the new area. Again, I'm keeping lots of white space. I'm just very swiftly making those lines with the tip of my brush, and then sort of blending some of them together with the belly of the brush. And then once again, with a darker shade or a more concentrated mix of paint, I'm just gonna go back into the very center and just add this on the very center edge of some of the petals. Using water again, I'm just going to kind of expand this flower a little bit more. I wanted it a little bit bigger, so that's something else to keep in mind. If you just want your flower to be a little bit bigger, just keep on adding petals. So now I'm gonna move on and do a couple leaves. I've got a couple shades of green mixed up here. I'm not quite sure what I used because, as you guys know, I love to mix my greens and I love to add different shades and different colors to my greens to make them a little bit more yellowy, a bit more blue, a bit more brown. So this again is just going to be using the tip of the brush and the belly of the brush and just very lightly bringing out the bottom half of the leaf. And I like to try to do these in 2 strokes and sort of leave that white space as you see here, just to kind of give the impression of the center of the leaf or like a little highlight area. Now I'm just mixing up a different shade of green here. I'm just using whatever I have in my palette really to do this. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Just create 2 leaves over here for balance sake. And then of course draw a little stem with the tip of the brush. And then I'm gonna do another little cluster of leaves down here, again using the exact same technique. So now that the centers of the flowers are pretty much dry, I want to go in and add some of that yellow pollen detail. So I'm just going to use a yellow shade here. I believe this is Gamboge Hue that I used. And I'm just going to create little dots and lines just to create that loose detail pollen effect. And this is really going to finish off your flowers to just add that little detail that it may have been missing and make the whole thing come together. All right, so now we have that space in the middle that's a little bit too white for my liking, and it's kind of separating the flower on the right from the other ones a little bit too much. So I want to add what we call a filler element. I decided to just add in a few little berry details. So I mixed up a color that I thought would go with the rest of the composition. I used a purple color and then Indian red and kind of made this burgundy-ish purple color. And I'm just gonna start creating little circles. Also, another pro tip, if you look at my brush here, you can see that the paint has peeled off and the wood is showing through. That is because I was an idiot and I left my paintbrush sitting in a glass of water overnight, and that's what happened. So don't do that. It ruins your brush and it also ruins the bristles of your brush. Now, using one of those green shades, I'm just going to go in and add little stems to each of these berries to connect them all and finish off the piece. Alright guys, so that is the final watercolor piece. I hope that you liked it. I hope it was pretty easy to understand. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out. And let me know below what you want me to do a video on next. As I said in my last video, I am going to try to be doing videos or putting out videos every Tuesday and Friday. So make sure you have your little bell notification turned on so that you can be notified. Subscribe if you have not already. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.